Hello everybody, so today I'm going to show you a few tricks on how to night wean your baby or toddler. I have 2 children of my own and I'm still breastfeeding my second, who used to wake up at least 3 to 4 times or even more a night to breastfeed. So with the third baby on the way, I knew that I needed to do something to night wean her. But I didn't know where to start, so I did my homework and now I'm going to share some of the tips and tricks that really helped me to achieve my goal. There are 3 key ingredients to succeeding. Number 1, patience. Number 2, being perseverance. Number 3 is being ready. Do it when you know it's the appropriate time. Do it when you know that you have the time and the efforts to be able to focus your energy on it. Don't even think about doing it if you're going to be moving in 2 weeks' time or if you're getting married next week. It's not going to work. You have to do it at the appropriate time for you, for your family. If your toddler or baby is still sleeping in the same bed as you, it might be a good idea to start thinking about transferring your toddler or baby into his or her own bed. Personally, I never thought that this would ever happen with mine because she was still with us until she was 2 years old, still sleeping with us. She had been her whole life. So I definitely knew it was going to be a challenge, and it was, but with a bit of good humor and perseverance, I succeeded. And what I did was I installed her bed a couple of feet beside mine because I knew that she wouldn't accept being too far away from me since she had been sleeping with me her whole life. So, and I didn't want the transition to be something traumatic or difficult for her, so I just put her bed a few feet beside mine, and I made her bed seem like something wonderful, extraordinary. I made such a big fuss about it. Tip number 2 would be to try decreasing the time that you breastfeed during the night by unlatching her a little bit earlier. And try using a code word that means that it's not time to breastfeed, it's time to sleep. What I used was "Mommy's breasts are sleeping right now." And in the beginning, it was a little bit hard. She didn't really understand the concept, but it didn't take long for her to understand it. And I think a lot of times we don't give our children enough credit for what they do actually understand. They're a lot smarter than we think. So don't be afraid to try and use new words, new techniques to try to introduce and transition your child to some new things. So also during the day, try to not give her or him the breast on demand. That was my biggest problem because I was always giving her the breast whenever she wanted it because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I didn't see why not. But they also have to learn that sometimes it's time to wait and there's a time for everything. So what I did was I used the same code word that I use during the night, during the day. So I would just tell her, "Mommy's breasts are sleeping, I'm going to give you a little bit of milk later." And it didn't take long for her to catch on and to learn to wait for milk. And one of the most important factors in succeeding in your night weaning process with your baby is to break the sleeping breastfeeding association. That is key to all of this. I mean, the reason your baby or toddler keeps on waking up during the night over and over to breastfeed is because they haven't learned to fall asleep on their own. So of course, when they wake up during the night, instead of turning around and closing back their eyes, what they're going to do is, "I want the breast," because you always give it to them and they're used to it. So before you're about to put your toddler to sleep, try not to let them fall asleep on the breast, and try to incorporate something else in your routine right after the breastfeeding that is soothing to your child, such as, for example, just patting them on the back or like playing in their hair, or in my case what I do is like a 1-2 minute massage right after I breastfeed. So that way also when I'm going to be ready to stop breastfeeding completely, I'm going to be able to stop the breastfeeding before I put her to bed and just do the massage, and she's going to know in her mind that it's time to go to bed, because it's just that part of the routine that I incorporated after I gave her the breast. So she doesn't necessarily associate the breast with falling asleep anymore. And lastly but not least, I knew that you don't erase a habit. I knew that you have to replace a habit with another. So when it was the time to completely stop the breastfeeding during the night, what I did is I put a glass of water on the side of her little desk, on the side of her bed, and when she would wake up to join me into my bed to breastfeed, I would just give her her glass of water, tell her that tomorrow morning she's gonna get some milk, and I would bring her back into her bed, give her a kiss, good night, bye. And I know that I knew that she was coming to breastfeed not because she was thirsty, but because she wanted the comfort of mommy. But by giving her the glass of water, it was easier for her to accept than me just saying plain no. And she had the sip of water, and she would go to bed, and eventually she actually stopped waking up for the water as well, because that's not actually what she was looking for. She was looking for the comfort, but it worked for me, and I think that that was one of the tips that really helped me personally. And I know it wasn't easy sailing the whole thing. It was a lot of steps to get to my goal, but I got there. And I know that some people do cold turkey, but I'm not that kind of person. I don't like to hear her cry all night, and it drives me nuts, and I need to sleep too. So if you're like more the type of person who likes to do a step-by-step, not too like drastic, I think these tips can really help. And so I wish you guys the best luck in night weaning your baby, and congratulations for breastfeeding your baby. I really think that it's an amazing thing, and I really think that it's the best for your child. And that's it. So thank you for subscribing to my channel. I love you guys, and I really appreciate your comments. I really appreciate my subscribers, and please continue watching my videos. Bye!